what Mottainai really means. Eliminating waste the Japanese way. And so let me tell you that this video is probably one of my favorite ones because it talks about a mindset. And just so you know, this is a real story. I went to work for a general contractor as a director, and we improved their field systems, created a field engineer boot camp, a superintendent PM boot camp, elevated their scheduling, quality, and survey departments. I mean, we did a great job. The CFO actually said, Jason, I knew your salary was expensive, but I didn't know you're going to spend $1 million on top of that. Because like, if I need a supply, I'll go get it. Or if we're doing a boot camp, I'm going all out. Like, I've always spent money like crazy. And there's some good things to that because as a business, you'll grow because you're investing, but it's very, very wasteful. And so I am learning this concept of Mottainai. It's a shame to waste. So waste human potential, waste nature, waste resources, right? And so now I'm really starting to like legitimately, for the first time in about 10 to 15 years, it's probably more like 12, 13 years. I'm actually doing this at home. Instead of like having this feeling like I just got to rip it all down and replace it all brand new, I'm learning how can I repaint and preserve the exterior? How can I utilize these straps but pack them up nicely so they last? How can I repair the floorboards on this trailer so that I can preserve this trailer and then touch up the paint and make sure it's really nice? How can I cover the boat so I don't have to replace the upholstery so often? Like you might be like, Jason, duh, but like back in the day, I was like, I'd rather just buy the damn thing new than maintain it. And through continuous improvement and starting to live a lean life instead of just talking about it, I'm doing this more and more. One of the things I noticed in Japan, it was interesting. Cleanest country I've ever been to, most considerate country I've ever been to. And when the United States and the World War II, post-World War II allies are literally talking about Japan, you're like talking about your brother or your sister that you're proud of. You're talking about a family member that you're proud of because Japan is Japan a lot because of what happened post-World War II. So it doesn't bother me. Japan, and I'm sure Korea and other beautiful places are just the same way, but I was in Japan recently. So beautifully clean, so considerate, so beautiful, so lean, so profitable. You could buy so many cool things for like a wonderful, beautiful price with wonderful quality, right? And literally, I'm looking at things and I'm like, oh, that sidewalk's not new, but it's clean and it's functional. Oh, that building, right? That's really old stone exterior and it's well maintained and they've allowed moss to grow on and it's elegant. I feel like in the US we would have ripped that down and just built it brand new. Or you go up to an old bridge and they've repaired it, or to an old wooden building and they have redone it and refinished it every 20 years. And I'm looking at something that in the US you'd be like, that's a little, I'm not going to say ugly, but it's not new, pristine, brand new, crisp, like picture a brand new airport terminal. Okay, but it is beautiful because they've cleaned it, they've maintained it, it's sealed, it's preserved, and it's kept its historical beauty. I'm starting to learn that, like for my house, I'm like, I'm just gonna rip this whole darn thing. I got 11 kids, so we accidentally trash things all the time. I'm like, I'm just gonna rip this thing down and buy a brand new one. Now I'm more like, no, let me repair the roof. Let me make this look beautiful. What can I do? Like I'm utilizing the things that are already there, and I'm not so caught up on new and perfect to the point where I can't become useful and preserve, right? So this whole, we grew up learning in schools, reduce, reuse, recycle, like that's a real thing. So let me tell you about what the word means and how it can affect us in construction. So the term Mottainai literally means what a waste, or it's a shame to waste. So not only do you see them like eating all the food on their plate, they're not gorging themselves. There's a Japanese life guideline that says eat to 80%, right? Because they have smaller plates is phenomenal. I lost 15 pounds like in a week being in Japan. Like you have smaller meal sizes, you eat to 80%, and you only eat what you know you can finish. You're not dealing with leftovers, throwing them to the dogs, things like that, because they're like, what a waste. You know, the other thing is they don't have trash cans out in Japan. You're like, what did Jason just say? They don't have trash cans. You can't find trash cans anywhere. Even if you go to Circle K, there's like one little small trash can, and there's no trash anywhere. You're like, how do these people do it? They literally carry trash bags with them because some foreigner one time put a bomb in one of their trash cans and it exploded. And so the Japanese government is like, fine, no more trash cans. And it's still the cleanest place I've ever been to in the world. And so it's not so much that they get rid of their trash, it's that they focus on not producing it in the first place. How does this tie to construction? I've talked before about if we are in construction going to go ahead and bring in all these things inside a construction building, cut them, change them, and then bring out 30% of what we brought in as waste and throw it away, like that's a bad deal. I've told you before, my dad, at the end of a project that I was on that we were finishing in Victorville, California, he built a massive, huge school-sized barn from all of the extra siding and structural components that he was able, I said, hey, can my dad grab this stuff? He's like, yeah, sure. It was all trash. It was all going to go into the dump. He built a whole freaking barn out of this stuff. So if we experience this concept of Mottainai, it's a shame to waste, we will prefab more. We will pre-kit more. We will pre-cut more. We will pre-assemble more. We will reuse boxing and cardboard and packaging and pallets more. Utilize them for a wonderful purpose. We will be less wasteful with food. We will be less wasteful with construction materials. We won't just throw away reinforcing. We'll make sure it's either recycled or reused, right? And once this mindset happens, it's not about being cheap. It's about being responsible. So Mottainai, it's a shame to waste. So if we start to teach this in our morning worker huddle and the job site gets this mindset, where would we be? I'm going to turn this into a blog post for you and invite you to reach out and research more about the concept because it's absolutely beautiful. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.